Hi, friends. I want to take just a couple of minutes to talk about purchasing a whistle. I think I'm going to focus in on money, but purchasing a whistle, take money out of the picture for your initial thinking about a whistle. Think about tone. Think about playability. Think about volume. Those are your main things. If you get a whistle that's too loud for your house, you're not going to want to play it. If you have some finger stretch problems and you get a whistle that you can't stretch to the holes, you're not going to play it. I often recommend some whistles that I know are not expensive. And I was about to pick one up, but I won't yet. I need to say that yes, as you get more expensive whistles, this is not always the case. As you get more expensive whistles, you often get more features and functions and ability. But that doesn't mean you have to break the bank to buy a whistle. The saxophone, tenor saxophone I currently have, I knew what saxophone I wanted. I couldn't afford it. It was thousands and thousands of dollars. And so I couldn't afford that. So I thought, well, I know the tone quality I like, the playability I want, the resonance I want out of that instrument. What other manufacturers are out there? And so I found a manufacturer that was just a small shop out of Florida, doing business, making saxophones similar to the one I really, really wanted. And so I paid I probably paid a third for that instrument. And it's a great instrument. Sure, I don't have the really fancy, expensive, classic saxophone, but I've got a nice one, and I enjoy playing it. And so I upgraded the mouthpiece so I could, it would be a little better even, and I'm perfectly thrilled with it. I don't play it as much now because I play all my whistles. So think about that when you're buying a whistle. I love and recommend many expensive instruments. I earlier today talked about the Thornton High D. What a beautiful whistle, but it's not inexpensive. I've got the Carbony High D right here. What a beautiful whistle. It's not inexpensive. In high Ds, you get some wood whistles this is the Swain. Not inexpensive at all. Beautiful whistle. So I don't want you thinking, I have to spend so much money. You could get very classic, excellent tones from whistle manufacturers you may not know very well. A Mazur whistle, great whistle, less than a lot of the others. You might just want to go traditional and get a Killarney or a Wild Irish. They're much less expensive. However, with all that said, I have friends who are very happy. Sorry for the noise. I have friends who are very happy with the Susato Kailash model High D. That's $50. I have friends who are ecstatic with their Tony Dixon tunable polymer High D or their Clark Sweet Tone. And I've had friends say that they're in love with their Clark Original. Buy what you will love to play. And that's why we make recommendations. It's why I want to introduce different whistles to you. I really enjoy this Nightingale by Caravev. Low D whistles, you get from a high D to a low D. It's hard not to spend a lot of money on a good low D whistle. But Phil Hardy, look at this. Phil Hardy, tenor D. This is like at today's exchange rate, $60 for a low D whistle. You want to try out the low D whistle? Just go order one of these. It's amazing. The Nightingale by Caravev is only like $150. If you get the cheaper version of the Howard, you're spending about the same as you would on the Caravev. You want to step up. You could go inexpensive with things like the non-tunable version of the Chieftain V5. Brilliant, brilliant whistles. So, options are out there. I just want to say, don't go cheap. Don't necessarily go expensive. Find the tone you want. Find the warmth, the clarity, the fuzziness, the loudness, the quietness, whatever it is you want. Find that. And then ask for help from myself, a lot of other folks who understand and play these whistles more than I. Nathaniel, who's in our community, who's got his own channel, does a great job. Connect with Nathaniel. He does phenomenal whistle reviews. Connect with other folks that you know. There are just so many people who are willing and want to help. So I just really wanted to take a moment to say, sure, I plug a lot of really great whistles, but that's so that you know the options that are out there. I love this little Tony Dixon tunable thing. I picked it up earlier this morning just to play it because it's fun. It's got a good tone. But I have no other friends who don't like the tone. That's perfectly fine. Listen, listen, listen. Think about them. Decide what you love. Then look at the money. And don't break the bank. Buy a whistle you're going to love at a price you can afford. I hope this is helpful, my friends. I'd love for you to subscribe and join our journey of folks learning the whistle together. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.